Okay, so, well, I'm tired. My voice isn't awake. I just got up a couple of minutes ago. I gotta leave in about an hour. I got a pretty big workout today, and I'm gonna go be meeting a guy. He told me of this place that's down in Atlanta that he wants to go and work out in today. So I'll be meeting him there. We're gonna be getting some good work in. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. But now I gotta finish getting ready. Don't drop that. Go and get me something to eat. I wanna make sure that they get me plenty to eat this morning.
What is your dream job? What is your goal in life? Who has gone before you and done the very thing that you want to do, and in turn has inspired you and given you hope that you can achieve a similar feat? Who are the giants and pioneers in your field? These are the questions that have pushed me to get to where I am today, and still push me to get better. And that's why we're here today, to get better. Today's drills are focused mostly on the mid-range and finishing around the rim, with a little bit of three-point work sprinkled in here and there. We will be going through several different shots as well as footwork patterns and dribble moves in these first couple series. After that, we'll be working on finishing and some three-point drills before going to more finishing and mid-range drills respectively. There is a big emphasis in these mid-range and finishing drills on being creative and controlling the pace, really taking time to imagine what a defender might do and how they might react. Though some things are consistent with each rep, such as doing 1 to 2 moves at the top of the key and floating out to the left or the right depending on which side we were on, by not pre-planning our moves too much and just flowing into the rep, we are able to act more on instinct rather than executing predetermined moves. All of this helps to build adaptive handles, meaning that we are comfortable enough and have a tight enough handle that we can react to our defender and not have to pre-plan moves and hope that they work. That's not to say that there aren't times when you should have an initial move in mind that you're going to use in order to force your defender to either react or to make a decision on. But instead of trying to plan 3, 4, 5 moves ahead with counters in mind to each of those, I could instead use one initial move and just read and react to my defender after that. If you've been paying attention, you've probably noticed by now that we've all lost the ball a couple times as well as missed multiple shots. And that's exactly what we want. The challenge that is presented in these drills, forcing us to have tight, quick handles, and just simply flowing and reacting, if you will, are forcing us to push ourselves past our comfort zones. If you're not losing the ball and missing shots in your practice or in your drills, then you're just not challenging yourself enough. The second series is the same as the first, but now instead of floating the ball out away from the paint for a pull-up jumper, we're pushing the ball back towards the paint after the float, shooting a free throw line jumper. This is again to improve the ability to have more adaptive handles while also being comfortable shooting the free throw line jumpers. Instead of just treating this as a new movement, we're really trying to imagine that we're making a read on the defender while floating the ball, leading to the best option being to take the extra dribble and get to the paint. First of 3 finishing series we will do. To start with, we're keeping the same setup as the previous two series, 1 to 2 dribble moves at the top of the key, into a float, but now with a drive with different finishes. Some of the finishes we used here are underhand, reverse, and extended, but we'll get into more specific finishes later on. Next, we're going through a 3-point shooting drill where 2 people start with a ball and the third person is ready for a spot-up shot. After each shot, the shooter gets his own rebound and passes to the open man with the goal of making 20 shots. This is the only 3-point drill we're going to do today, but the previous series included a couple of pull-up threes in place of the 1 to 2 dribble moves at the top of the key. Going back to finishing drills, we're focusing on extending and finishing outside of our frame. We start by going towards the top of the key before doing a move to change direction towards the paint, imagining that we're being cut off at the top of the key by a defender. We will also be taking a driving lane on the right side of the basket and start with the ball at the elbow before floating out away from the paint, then driving back to the paint to finish. Similar to the first series we ran through, we're now starting at the elbow before floating away from the paint for a pull-up jumper. As with all the other series we've done so far, we're staying in the mindset of imagining how a defender might react and making a read, this time being to take the jumper. The last finishing drill we're doing is finishing with high pickups. So similar to the previous drill, we're starting at the elbow, floating out, and then just driving in with a high pickup. This is the final drill of the day, though we were kind of just messing around more than actually repping this out. Initially, we were going to focus on scoring from the elbow, and though we are doing that, we're doing it more loosely, just messing around and having more fun with it. After this, we're going to run some King of the Court games. If you want to see that, click the iCard in the top right corner of the screen now. The full uncut version of this workout is also posted on the channel. It will be in the description below, so be sure to check that out if you want to see all of our reps and everything else we ran through.
Alright, just finished a very intense workout. I'm exhausted right now. It was about 4 hours, about 4 hours. Yeah, it was tough. It was a tough workout. But it was good. I definitely needed it for sure. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, about to head home, take a shower, stretch out, and probably just chill for the rest of the day.
Back at the house, I go through my stretching routine, making sure to stretch out my legs well, along with my back. I also massage my calves and use a flossing band on them to help with fatigue and prevent shin splints, as well as drink a protein shake, because you gotta get that protein if you want to be big and strong. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. You're a real one, Chief.
I miss you.
Are you gonna